Hello, everybody. Today we're going to take a look at the end of the month swing state polling from Morning Consult. They usually put it out at the end of the month, and it is just one poll, but let's take a look and see what they show. The headline is Biden is too old, but Trump is dangerous. And across all the swing states, this was done with almost 5,000 registered voters. In the individual states, it ranges from about the mid 400s to 800. So let's get into it. 8 in 10 voters in the swing states say Biden was too old. 8 in 10 is very significant, and I assume too old means mental acuity and not just the fact that he's 81. And when you compare that to Trump, it says less than half of respondents also say he's too old, but they point out his major liability is that he's dangerous. How about this sentence here? In a sign of how top of mind Biden's age and acuity are for swing state voters, more than 1,000 poll respondents mentioned those themes even before they were asked about them directly. So let's see what the graph says. 44% say Biden is too old. 82% say both Trump and Biden are too old. 8% say just Trump is too old, 9% say neither. If we look at those that say these two are dangerous, Trump leads there, 45% to Biden's 34%. 14% say both, 7% say neither. So we've heard this a million times. Biden is old, Trump is dangerous. I think it's going to be tough for Biden to come back from his mental acuity issues. He's definitely not getting any younger, and I don't think it's enough to hear that people from the administration say behind the scenes he's sharp as a tack. That's not going to be enough to outweigh all the videos we've seen, but maybe he does the State of the Union, he does an interview, and he looks a little bit better. It could be a case where the bar is set low that he easily exceeds expectations. Now, likewise, Trump has the perception of being dangerous. That one I don't think is really going away anytime soon either. I hear about it constantly in the media, and he does have all those trials going on, and if he is convicted, I can only assume that is going to hurt him at least a little bit. But I suppose on the flip side, if he ends up being acquitted, that would have to help him at least a little bit as well. So maybe being too old or too dangerous cancel each other out, and we're back to even. We still got a lot of time to go. There's going to be a good chunk of voters that aren't really going to pay attention to politics until the final month or two. So who knows what they're going to end up doing, but both sides clearly have some sort of a liability to deal with. Now let's get down to the swing states. In the head-to-head matchup, Trump is ahead by 5 points across all 7 states, 48% to Biden's 43%. That's similar to the previous poll where Biden is ticked up 1 point. Now in the individual states, in Arizona, Trump is ahead 6, 49 to 43. That has widened since last month. In Georgia, Trump is also up by the same 6 points, 49 to 43. There, Biden has inched up a point. In Michigan, this is Trump's worst state. He's up only by 2 points, 46 to 44. Trump has lost a little bit of support there while Biden has gained. Nevada, Trump is up by another 6, 48 to 42. Biden up a little bit since the last poll. North Carolina, that's Trump's best state. He's up by 9 points, 50 to 41. Both of them gaining support since the previous poll. Pennsylvania shows a 6-point advantage for Trump, another 49 to 43% margin, and that one has widened since January. And finally, in Wisconsin, it's a 4-point lead for Trump, 46 to 42. This state has both of them losing support since last month. So back to Biden's age, this has some of the key demographic groups say Biden is too old. Even among those who plan to vote for him, 7 in 10 say he fits that description. Down here it says the White House has pointed to the president's doctor's notes demanding schedule and foreign trips as evidence of Biden's fitness for office. A report from the White House physician has described Biden as a healthy, active, robust 81-year-old male who remains fit to successfully execute the duties of the presidency. I think this is similar to when Trump was in office. I remember there was some sort of a doctor's report that came out that described Trump as something in the direction of exceedingly healthy. However, with both Trump and Biden, I don't think reports like that are going to do a whole lot. A lot of voters look at Trump and they probably don't think he looks like a healthy guy. At the same time, they look at Biden and they don't think he's mentally sharp. Down here, we've got almost 6 in 10 swing state voters labeled Trump as dangerous, a concern far more pronounced among undecided voters who make up less than 1/10 of the swing state electorate. Even 28% of those who plan to vote for him in November agree that Trump is dangerous. Fewer than half as many Biden supporters said the same about their candidate. Here we've got another chart that has some attributes about Trump and Biden, and it's kind of more of the same stuff, but none of this really looks like an overwhelming vote of confidence for either of these two. Let's keep going. This says as many as half of swing state voters say they would be unwilling to vote for Trump if he's convicted in any one of the criminal cases which he faces charges. The numbers apparently don't vary much from one case to another, and just as voters frequently cited Biden's age in an open-ended question about him, the same question about Trump yielded hundreds of mentions of his court cases. Now let's talk about the border. The economy and inflation remain the top issue with swing state voters, but the concerns about the economy are edging down slightly. The problem for the incumbent is the issue that is replacing the economic concerns is immigration, and immigration is one of Trump's strongest issues. So here's the chart with the swing states that show the top issues. Across all the states, you can see economy is trending down, but immigration is shooting up, and that's going to be more or less constant across all the states. Trump already was stronger on the economy, so if that's no longer going to be the top issue, it looks like he's still going to be looking good if immigration takes its place. Down here, this says a majority of swing state voters still hold Biden and Democrats in Congress responsible for the migrant surge, but blame for congressional Republicans and the Trump administration each increased by 5 points among swing state voters compared to the previous month. Here's the chart with different causes of the migrant surge, and it looks like over the last month, several of these issues has really gone down, like corruption, economic conditions, war, and famine in other countries. All those causes have gone down, with voters that say it's very or somewhat responsible, while politicians back here have all gone up a little bit, anywhere from Biden to Democrats to Republicans to the Trump administration. And they wrap it up here by saying one potential advantage for Biden is how voters perceive some of the provisions in his signature Inflation Reduction Act, with a majority of respondents saying Medicare's ability to negotiate drug prices and the extension of insurance subsidies under Obamacare have helped them or their communities. Other Biden policies, like a 15% tax on corporations or a 1% tax on stock buybacks, have not had much impact. There's also gradual improvement of swing state voters' assessment of the national economy. Still, Biden continues to receive little credit for those improving numbers, with voters trusting Trump more on a wide range of economic issues. So that pretty much wraps it up. It looks like the dominant negative themes of Biden's age or Trump being dangerous, those are not going away. And it all translates into all 7 of the swing states still preferring Trump. Now, the economic sentiment might be improving a little bit. That should help Biden. However, it looks like that could also be offset by the immigration concerns. It is surprising to see Trump leading in all these swing states month after month. It's not something we really saw 4 or 8 years ago. But we've just barely begun to scratch the surface of the election season. Plenty of primaries for different offices are on the horizon. And this page did not really mention the third-party candidates like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Generally, Trump maintains or slightly increases his lead when Kennedy is thrown into the mix. Once RFK gets his ballot access set, then he's going to be much more impactful in these polls. But we got to take it 1 week, 1 month at a time. And there's other polls out there, but right now it's still looking good for Trump. But who knows what's going to happen in 2, 3, 4 months. So let me know in the comments, what do you think about this poll? Would Trump win all these states if the election were held today? And is this going to change in a month or two, or is it going to stay the same all the way through election day? Let me know down below. On your way out, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.